Today's guest is a fiery little sunbeam. She's a political pundit. She's a host from Fox Nation. She is a polarizing figure, and she is a voice of conservative politics. Miss Tomi Lahren.
Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories.
Did you have a nice holiday?
I did.
You did?
Back to South Dakota.
Did you really? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Whole family's still there.
How many people, when you say the whole family?
My whole family still lives there. I only see my mom and dad. I don't see the whole family.
Do you have siblings?
No.
Really? You're an only child?
Are we recording now, or is this off?
Huh?
We're going? Is this part of it?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
You're an only child?
I am.
No way.
I don't think I'd get along with others. My mom always said that I would kill another child, if there was another child.
I mean, if you had a sibling that was a staunch leftist, I think you guys would have a tough time at dinner. You know?
I don't think they'd survive.
Oh, really?
No.
You'd put them down, huh?
Yeah.
Early. In the womb, probably.
Real quick.
How hard is it for you to live in Los Angeles? Because you're really you are a voice. You are a right-wing voice. You know, you're like the Frozen, one of the Frozen characters, but on the far right, you know, or not far right, but on the right.
Yeah, well, people say far right though, and then it's like, oh, it's alt right, it's this, it's
I don't like that. I'm
deplorables,
sorry,
it's all this.
Yeah,
no, like I'm a voice. I'm more conservative. I'm on the conservative side.
Voice. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't cross the 405.
Yeah,
I stay in the South Bay. It's still not great, you know.
Does it get risky? Like, do people treat you?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty identifiable.
Yeah.
You and I have that in common with the hair.
Right.
So I'm pretty identifiable. But I get pushed, I get tripped, I get kicked, I get heckled. But only when people are in big groups. So they would never say something to me one-on-one. People follow me around grocery stores.
I'm sure.
Why are you following me? Can I help you? Like, I'm at the grocery store. I'm not a rare animal or rare species. I'm a conservative in California. Here I am, but they follow, like weird men will follow me around, and I can see you.
Well, those are perverts, bro. That's who those guys are.
Oh, and then they'll look at their phone and be like,
point blank.
That's her. That's her. Yeah, it's me. Really? What do you want to do? Yeah, that's all the time. Like, look at.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
Do you feel like you bring some of it, like you ask for it? Like I feel like you like the fight.
Yeah, people have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Right.
And conservatism.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bothers people. And so it's like, the reason that Donald Trump won is because he was the first Republican. He's not like Romney or McCain who apologized for everything. He said, this is who I am.
Romney's a
take
fucking
it or leave
muppet,
it.
dude. Romney seemed like a guy that sells socks to rich people.
Well,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? He
exactly.
just seemed like a tall guy who has a lot of socks, dude.
Good looking. Probably
Yeah.
my first political crush was Mitt Romney until things took a turn.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Paul Ryan. Do you know who that is?
Is that the guy from Kentucky?
No. Wisconsin.
Senator Paul Ryan. Can you bring up a picture of him, please, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Congressman Paul Ryan. He was a Speaker of the House.
I think so. Does he have curly hair, kind of?
No.
Let me see if it's the
You
guy.
need to find it.
I know
Yeah.
Paul well. I'm from Wisconsin.
So you know him well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Attractive fella, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Wow, you think he's handsome?
Well, I mean, you're not pulling up the best photos. Go to the gym photo. Old school. There we go. See, other people have looked. Well, I mean, some of these are fake, but go to the good ones. Go to the Time Magazine one. See?
And is he the guy with the really old wife that everybody always jokes about?
No.
Who's that?
I mean,
the guy
there's
who's
a
married to like a woman that's like 20 years older?
20 years older? Oh, I don't know who that is.
It might be somebody else.
We'll have to do a game where we put all the politicians for you. Mm-hmm. You know, Governor Newsom, you didn't know who that was?
No.
Yeah, so we need to we'll do a game.
Yeah. I can use some help.
Like a family tree.
Yeah.
And we'll put them together for you so you know who's running the country. And on the top, big old Don.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, Don's easy, the redhead, man.
No.
Is he naturally red-haired, do you think?
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
His hair's not red. It's got an orange tint.
Well, not red, but I say
more,
redheaded.
I would say blonde more. I would say he's a blonde.
Would you say he's a blonde? Yeah, I would say maybe he is a blonde.
Yeah, I think he's a blonde. He's got, it gets a little orange in there, but I don't think it's a red
Oh, I've had a
head.
similar cut. I've had that cut before.
That would be a good choice.
I've had some of his cuts. Have you ever met Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Was it pretty cool? How do you feel about it?
He's called me before, and those were good conversations.
Were you nervous about it?
No, not really. I mean, it's something different about President Trump being President Trump. You don't feel like you're talking to a politician. He'll sit there and just talk to you, just shoot the shit, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're like, hi, I'm in the Oval Office. It's pretty cool. Getting a lot of things done. Great things for the country. Stay tuned. A lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah.
That's just how he is.
Right.
What you see is what you get. People have to appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, look, I mean, I think there's probably some great business stuff that he's doing, I mean, I think there's definitely a roll call just that, America doesn't need to spend some time taking care of itself and not trying to take care of or be involved in everything, because I think at a certain point, there's just not enough resources to take care of the whole world. And I could be wrong, but I just don't feel like there is because it starts to seem like people are having a tougher time. What was I going to ask you about? Oh, dude, so there was a guy, a couple years ago, did some guy try to set me up with you years ago? Do you ever remember this or no?
No. Who would that be?
Some man.
Was it like in the DM or something that I didn't see?
This was like 5 years ago. I used to go on Opie and Jim Norton. They had a show. He was like an older guy. He kind of looked like, remember that game, Guess Who? Remember the game?
Yeah.
Where you guess the person. Can you look that up, Nick?
Yeah.
He looked like an old guy on there, kind of. Can you look up old guy that was on Guess Who board game?
And he knows me?
Yeah, he said I know her, and I don't know if he said I'm going to try to set you guys up or if I said something, but he
Well, how long ago was it?
Yeah, click on a couple people.
You got to source this person here.
Yeah, it's not David. It's not Franz either.
Did he have glasses? We're playing the game
Probably.
now.
Sorry, yeah, he did have glasses. It was a mix kind of between Tom.
Tom in the bottom there?
Yeah, Tom in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he in politics or what was his deal? I mean, there's a lot of people that kind of look like that.
Okay, sorry. And a mix between Tom and, oh my God, Peter looks like a little bit of a transvestite if you look at Peter.
Oh.
Bottom left, kind of? Yeah.
That was a botch job.
He looked like Tom and Paul from Guess Who.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, sorry, that's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. But
that
anyway.
one looks like Bernie Sanders next to Peter.
Which one?
That one looks like Paul, and then
Yeah.
Paul looks like Bernie Sanders, and then Peter looks like Bernie Sanders after the transition.
It does look like, yeah. It looked like a mix between.
After Bernie Sanders was on the Real Housewives of Orange County, then you get Peter. Natural jump.
Do you think Bernie will get the nomination?
No,
Really?
no, it's going to be good old corn pop Joe Biden.
No way.
Yeah.
I think Bernie's going to get it, and I think solely because of his. Wait, do they vote for it? Is there a vote? There's a vote for it, right?
Well, we vote in primaries.
So in the primaries, it'll be between. So Bernie will have a chance then.
Yes, but he doesn't have a chance. It's going to be Elizabeth Warren, better known as Pocahontas, and Joe Biden. That's who it's going to come down to, and then it'll be Joe Biden.
No way. I think, but here's I'm going to tell you why I think this. Because did you see Bernie Sanders on Joe Rogan?
Yes.
It was cool, huh?
Yeah, no, people like Bernie Sanders, but the Democrats are never going to let him get in. They're not, just like they didn't with Hillary.
Well, I mean, that was messed up how last year or last time they fucking just screwed the guy.
Yeah. Well, it's Hillary. She's got a pattern of that.
But how is there no policing? Like,
Listen,
he
got
won
out,
and he got screwed.
He didn't win, but he got out of that pretty unscathed. He is still alive. You don't cross a Clinton normally and come out of it without an accidental suicide.
Wow.
So Bernie is still up there, shaking his finger, ready to go, but he's not going to get the nomination. It's going to be sleepy, creepy, quid pro Joe Biden.
Joe gives some good. I love it how it's just getting more and more senior citizen. I hope we end up with like a 80 or 90-year-old in there, I just want to see somebody just eating soup, basically, on a stream cam 24 hours a day.
What about, do you know who Ruth Bader Ginsburg is? They call
yes,
it.
I do.
Yeah. So I think we need to be doing a welfare check. Mm-hmm. I'm not convinced that she's, like Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Or Kim Jong-il. He wasn't around for the last couple years of that. No one saw him. Fidel Castro, same thing.
Oh, that's true, huh?
I'm thinking someone is out there.
Somebody took Ginsburg.
No, I just think that she's doing poorly and they're making it seem like she's okay.
Oh, they're propping her up.
Because, listen, if they lose her off the Supreme Court, Trump gets another nominee. And then we go through all that again.
Wow.
So they need her to stay alive. They need her to be good.
Oh, that's all right there. Oh, she's not going to be alive long.
Well, and we hope she's a great, I'm not a Democrat,
she has that
but
face that she's like, her face is starting to spoil. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not. She's a beautiful lady. I know I think she was the first lady on the quarter. But
first I thought you were going to say court. Like we're getting closer, but
I'm
no.
joking. A lot of these. A lot of
she is. She's done a lot. I'm not a fan, but she's
Right.
done a lot. I just don't
Yes.
think that she is as well as they make her seem like she is because they need her to stay alive.
I see.
They don't want to get another nominee. They know Trump's going to win again. They're like, another one? That'd be 3. They're all getting up there in age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about did you go to prom in high school?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it fun or not? Where'd y'all go eat before?
Shit. When you're in Rapid City, South Dakota, there's only a couple options.
Yeah, I wanna know what they were.
Well, I didn't go there, but where I
Where
live,
were you taken?
even now, I don't even remember, but even now to this day,
Mm-hmm.
if I go home, it's like if you go to a Red Lobster or Olive Garden, that's up there.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
No,
I
that's
remember
nice,
we
like-
went to Pizza Hut growing up. Was real nice.
Yeah. But Red Lobster and Olive Garden still is fine dining in where I'm from.
Yeah.
That's still there. But in high school I had a boyfriend. Boy, I was with him for 6-7 years almost.
Really, you sound like was he a bad guy?
Horrible.
Really?
Horrible. Yeah, no, it wasn't a good situation.
Did he do what were some of his like?
Well, like going into college, right? So he played baseball.
I knew he played baseball.
Yeah, he played baseball, and we grew
Didn't
up.
you know that she dated a guy that played baseball? Easy. Checkmate. That's an easy one. I could have told you he played baseball.
Yeah, well, he played baseball, and we were in a D1 school. We went to Las Vegas,
Okay.
right? So we both went to
Oh, so you guys went
Vegas.
to Las Vegas together?
Yes.
Okay. Were you planning on getting married, do you think?
Oh, I dodged a bullet.
You did?
Fairly certain he's bald now. I think he's got a couple of kids wandering around. But no, it was bad. We go to college. He's like, listen, we can stay together, but I'm probably going to cheat on you because I'm, quote, king shit around here.
Mm-hmm.
So just so you know. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. And then afterwards, like, crying.
Wow.
Man, I can't do this alone. I can't.
Has he ever?
Save the
Oh,
day.
he was really crying?
Oh, yeah, no, multiple times. I think
Wow.
he called me like a year ago. He's like, boy, I really missed out, didn't I?
He
Yeah,
did?
you sure did.
Did he really call
Yeah,
you?
he's like, yeah, you could have been like my sugar mama. Well, he's like, well, we could, talk and stuff and see where it goes. Like, probably not.
Wow. That was it.
No, never look back.
6 years, that's a long time.
It's a very long time.
Whenever you said you were an only child, whenever when you were growing up, you were an only child, or
Still
always
an
have
only
been?
child,
Still,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Did you try to get your parents to have another kid?
absolutely not. Who would want that? I just went home for Christmas last week. It's like, who would want somebody else to have to deal with?
Yeah.
And someone else to have to, I want this for dinner. I want that for dinner. I want to use the bathroom at this. No, get out of here.
Yeah.
No, it's just me, the one and only.
Do you think that's affected like the way that you see things, like growing up, like even like your like political views, or just like the way that you see the world?
Yeah, you like to be independent if you're an only child.
Yeah.
You don't depend on anyone else for entertainment, for anything. Really, it's just you. You got to make it happen or you don't.
Yeah.
So that's what I've always done.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about anybody else. Just do your thing.
Just do your job.
Do your job. We could use some more of that in California here, people.
Yeah. Oh, this is definitely if you look, anybody who's listening out there, if you do not have a job, not interested in having one, come here. You know what I'm saying? You'll be okay. I mean, it's crazy. I used to say, if you were an attractive girl and you didn't really want to get married and you just wanted to have like a sugar daddy or something, come here. Like there's definitely, there's a lot of easy ways out, there's a lot of easy ways out over
Plus,
here.
it's warm here, so it's easy to be homeless here.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember when I was in, one time I had to do like a Loyola Idol. They have a school here, Loyola Marymount.
Yeah.
So we had to do Loyola Idol, and it was just me and a friend. We were judging it, or we were emceeing it. They're like, hey, can you bring some judges? So we stopped at a park and picked up a couple freelance guys, you know?
No.
Yeah.
You did not.
Oh, 100%, dude. This guy named Rich and this other guy named, I want to say Tony. Tony died. Not on our watch.
Okay.
But anyway, so we drive over to we drive over to the school and we tell the kids, we're like, hey, we just want to let you guys know we got 2 judges. We just picked them up in the park. The curtain's open and it's 2 just completely homeless guys. These are original homeless, not more like freeloaders. Like now it's gotten a little more freeloady out here.
Yeah.
This used to be like old school homeless, Bunsen burner, cooking up something, one of the other homeless people's
Right.
doing dessert. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more streamlined, just game plan homeless,
Okay.
And they judged the whole thing. And at one point, we had to count the votes. And one of them borrowed a guitar from another student and played a song. Pretty beautiful.
Did he get his start? Was he that guy that got the radio gig? You know that
the Golden
guy.
Voice guy?
Yeah, that
No,
guy.
I don't think so.
But you didn't help him out. You just dumped him back off at the park.
Yeah. No, afterwards, yeah. We gave them each, I think, maybe $40 or $50. I'll say 50 to make us sound better. I think we gave them each $40 and then we dropped them off back at the park. Tony and Rich, and I still see Rich every now and then. I'll see him driving by or getting a blood transfusion. He had something, I think one of his kidneys went out. But anyway, yeah, I can't believe you don't remember where you went for prom. Was it fun?
No. With the guy. It's horrible.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
awful. No. What about, did you go to prom?
Yeah, I went. They had a girl. Oh, I remember. After prom, I was hoping to maybe, touch a little tit. You know what I'm saying? That's nature, bro. And I didn't choose that. That's inside of me, And so
Right.
God just lit that tit touching torch that's deep inside of me, and that's how I've always been. So, and I got stuck. Some kid, the girl I was seeing went to this party afterwards, and I got stuck riding over there with somebody else. This guy, right? This dude who, speaking of going bald, this guy kind of went bald in high school, right? Which is brave as fuck, I think, to do, because people are really going to rip you, Like totally bald in high school. And
By choice or by
No,
nature?
just by nature. I
Okay.
mean, just like he'd been fucking eating lightning his whole life. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like this dude had no hair left on his head. And he was crying. I don't know if he was on drugs or what was happening, but we drove over to this party. He's just like, hey, man, will you give me a ride over there? I was like, yeah, sure, man, jump in. We're leaving. He had worn a dress coat that had shoulder pads in it, and he started crying because we were graduating, and he talked about that. He said, people always think I look like Damon Wayans. Will you bring up a picture of Damon Wayans?
Is he black?
No, this guy's white.
Oh, okay.
So right
'Cause he's
then,
bald?
as soon as, I think because he's
Okay.
bald, he goes, and people are always saying, hey, man, you look like Damon Wayans. And, and I think I might have a career in Hollywood, but I'm afraid to go out there. And he started crying, right? So I'm in the car. I'm like, dude, it's prom night, right? Like
Just you two in the car.
Yeah, just me too. So anyway, I had to sit there for like 40 minutes and listen to him, and he went on and on, and he looked nothing like Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was my
That kind of
prom.
ruined the vibe for you after that?
Yeah, when I got there, the girl I was seeing was really an alcoholic. So when I got there, she was wasted and fist fighting somebody she thought was me. How crazy is that?
Sounds like you got out of that one. I would take Damon Wayans in the car over that one.
Yeah, I would take Damon Wayans
Who
in
went
the
to your
car.
school? It sounds like a bunch of real degenerates.
Oh, the first white kid that wanted to be black ever. They used to call him Wiggas back in the day, went to our school, right? And nobody had ever seen it before. People were like, what's going on? He wore like a starter jacket and stuff. And they put him in learning disabled classes. How crazy is that?
This is in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to.
Because he was like such a, he just acted so black,
Didn't everyone go through that phase, though?
Oh, definitely.
I don't even know how old you are, Theo.
I'm 39. I'm an
Oh,
adult.
damn. You're like 10 years old, over 10 years older than me.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh,
when I
God,
was in high
that's
school,
sexy, I
though,
think.
we all went through that phase.
Oh, really?
Even in South Dakota.
Really?
I went through a phase for
Tell
a
me about
time.
it.
Oh, I went through like a 50 Cent phase.
Yeah?
Every song.
But what did you do? Oh, so you just love the
Every
music?
song. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing like rolling down the main street in Rapid City, South Dakota, and you're
Bring up
like,
Rapid City. Let me
like
get a picture of that
01 Malibu, listening to 50 Cent, listening to, Pop Lock and Drop It. That was the heyday of Pop Lock and Drop
They
It.
played that at my cousin's funeral, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well,
But he loved rap music.
yeah, see, that's...
Bring up a picture of that.
Do you want a map of the city or?
Yeah, just a picture of Rapid City. I want to see what we're looking
Yeah,
at.
you gotta...
So not a map.
like Mount Rushmore. You know that, where the face is? That's where I'm from. Yeah.
Oh, I've been there.
You have. So, see, I live pretty close to there.
What's the other city that's near there? Grand Rapids? No.
No, that's a whole different state.
Sioux Falls is near
Sioux Falls,
there?
yeah.
I did a comedy show in Sioux Falls one time.
Sioux Falls is pretty flat, not a lot going on.
It wasn't a lot going on, and it was about 1 hour or about 45 minutes from the statues, from the Mount Rushmore. Is that right?
It's like 4 hours.
Oh, then it's not it.
Yeah.
Maybe I went to Rapid City.
You went to, well, yeah, it's about 45 minutes. If you were downtown Rapid City, then you were about 45 minutes from the heads.
Was there a bar there that used to have a bird in it, a toucan or something, a parrot that was in the corner?
It's not ringing a bell.
Bar with parrot in it. Can you Google, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
In Rapid City, South Dakota.
In Rapid City, South Dakota.
You're like 12 years older than me, so.
It could have been in Pierre right there.
Joe
Pierre?
Coy remembered that.
Pierre,
I remember.
See, it's actually called Pierre, but we're South Dakota. We just Pierre.
Pierre. Let's
We
get
don't-
to the point.
Pierre, yeah. Just cut out. We also have a city called Belle-Fourche. Sounds like a toilet being flushed, like Belle-Fourche.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's French as well.
Belle-Fourche, Pierre. Both of those things are. There
Yeah.
were a lot of French people.
Like trappers or something.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Different kind of trappers than we have now. Not like trapper rappers, but just trap
Yeah.
for the furs, you know?
Do you listen to any rap music now or no?
Of course I do. Oh, boy, let me tell you. I've had feuds with about
You're so
every,
funny.
let me tell you. Who hates me? Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z. I'm in a Jay-Z song. If you can pull that, you might not be able to play that. You might have to get some.
Yeah, we'll have lyrical issues.
You might have to pay him for
We'll have
that.
to pay the man.
Drug Dealers Anonymous. My voice is in that song.
Wow.
Take a listen. I said I think it's 14 years. Now it's slipping my mind. For 14 years, your husband was a drug dealer. He sold crack cocaine. It's in that song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, you need to take a listen.
Now,
after this.
so it seemed like these kind of feuds, like you kind of, it's like you get into, like it's.
Because they act like they're so tough, but they're so fragile. 21 Savage, that's another one I had a feud with. I actually really liked 21 Savage. That
Yeah?
was sad. But, Ice
He
came.
passed away?
No, Ice came and knocking at his door because he was in the country illegally.
Oh,
And
yeah, they moved him to Sweden, right?
Well, I don't know where they moved him, but, I just tweeted about that. I'm a big proponent of Ice whenever Ice does its thing. So,
Yeah.
just, the law came a-calling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the rappers, they don't like me that. I wouldn't say that. Oh, Lizzo just last week. Lizzo
Yeah,
and
I
I
saw
scrapped.
this.
We scrapped a little bit.
I saw this.
I don't know why. It's just.
If you're gonna write something back, do you ask a friend like, hey, I need some help?
You
to
mean like
think about this?
ask a black person? Is that what you're asking?
Or no, it could be a white friend too, or somebody that's mixed, or just a white guy from Flint, Michigan. But do you ask somebody for help?
Like, hey, is this good?
Like, hey, is this good? Yeah.
No.
Oh, because
Then we
comedians
just
do
go-
that sometimes. You're like, if you're gonna do a tweet sometimes or something, sometimes you'll send it to your buddy first, and if he doesn't answer back and you want to put it out, so you're like, what the fuck, man? Check it out and see if it's funny. I need to post this shit.
No, I just go ahead and post it. But no matter what I say, even if what I say is better than what they said, like last week, the Lizzo thing.
Yeah.
It's like it was impeachment. So she tweeted out like an impeachment with like a peach in it. And then I responded to it. And then all the Google alerts afterwards and all the articles from like Hip Hop Unlocked and, all those was, Lizzo drags Tommy. It was like you respond with a peach.
Right.
You don't drag me. I'm sure
Right.
you could do a lot to me, but you didn't in that instance.
Right.
It's like if it's a conservative, it's like they got dragged by.
Oh, yeah,
Like
well,
Cardi B drags. She was gonna dog walk me. That was her thing with me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of. I mean, yeah, definitely. There's only really one.
Pull up that picture. There's a lot of memes of that Cardi B dog walk. You'll see it. Everyone they made convenient. Well, yeah. Let's see. Get some images. See, yeah, that was going around for a little bit.
Oh, who is that? Oh, that's Cardi B.
Well, that's her.
What kind of dog are you on?
It looks like I don't know, like a pit bull.
I think it's a
if I
pit.
had to guess.
Well, it's really tough. I mean, it's just because there's so much power. There's so many cameras and so many networks that the people that own them are the people that are liberal, and there's so few. I feel like that are just avenues to be outspoken and be conservative.
Right.
A lot more conservatives or people that vote conservative, they just vote.
Right, but we're out there.
Right.
Like
right.
they
there's
were smart. They would cater to, like, we watch reality TV.
Right.
We watch football. We watch all the things that they think that they're their liberal audience. It's conservatives that are watching your stuff. It's conservatives in places like where I'm from, where it's cold in the winter, and we watch your sitcoms and all your crap.
Right.
We are your viewers. Like, you think it's these people that are running around here in LA? No, these people are homeless here.
Yeah.
It's the Midwest people that can't be outside homeless because they freeze to death. Those people watching your stuff.
Yeah.
But they alienate us. Like, we're not their audience.
Do you feel like Hollywood alienates
100%.
Yeah.
There are so many conservatives in Hollywood that would never
But here's
say
here's the thing though. But it's bad business to do that.
But why is
that's
it
what
that
I don't
way?
understand that. And I'm not saying that I disagree with you, but I'm saying that a lot of people that work in the industry are so smart that it would seem like, why wouldn't you see that this is bad business? You know, why wouldn't you see that this is that this just doesn't help? It doesn't help by alienating. You're talking about not alienating people, and then you alienate people. You know,
but what they do though is they look at people like
well. I never
me
do.
and Trump supporters. They look at us like we're less than morally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to alienate us because they've come up with in their mind that we're horrible, evil people and we're racist and we're bigots and we're all this. So they can alienate us because that's just how they see us. They don't want to see anything different. They don't want to talk to people that are not like them because they'd rather just put them in that box and cast them aside. So it's
and it's the same thing that they say don't do. You know, they say don't behave this way. Don't. What I don't like is, or one thing that gets me in that space is that all people that are basically like, if you're from a rural place and you're white, that you are racist, that you are homophobic. Man, that stuff really, it's almost the most ignorant thing you could think. It's like, you think, like I had a guy say, oh, you're from Louisiana. Oh, yeah, man. So obviously, you know, you probably grew up racist, you know? And it's like, man, it's just like, if you want to be diverse and you want to be welcome, at least know who is in your own country first. No, like it's just such a narrow-minded thing from people in a place where there's so much education here in Los Angeles. There's so much, you know, people that have traveled and people that have, you know, had experiences. There's a lot of diversity here. You would think that people here would at least know who is also in their country.
But they don't like, and not everybody, I don't like to put everybody in one category, but
Yeah,
there's a
me
lot
neither.
of people here, they don't like people from where I'm from, or they don't want to like them. They don't want to get to know them. Like, we're the flyover states. They look at people from South Dakota, from Louisiana, from Mississippi, from other places in this country, and they're like, not really like our kind of people.
Yeah.
They're just in the middle. They're just the little people.
Yeah.
And that's why Trump won.
Yeah.
Because he said, you matter, and you're not forgotten anymore. And that's why he's going to win again. They're going to do the same thing. They are so stupid. They did it in 2016. They're doing it even worse now. And they think what is it going to get them? I don't know. I think they're just trying to get ready for 2024. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Trump is going to win in 2020. I just don't. There's too much beef now, even it seems like on the Democratic side. I don't know that much about, you know, I don't follow a lot of politics. You know, obviously I know the easy ones, Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan. One time I was at my school when I was growing up, I was walking down the hall behind two janitors, and one of them said to the other one, he goes, hey man, did you get the chairs ready in the gym? Mr. Ford is going to be speaking in there later today. And the guy goes, President Ford? And the guy goes, no, Mr. Ford, the fucking science teacher, dude. Not President Ford, you idiot. So, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, I know a lot of the presidents, and I know like the lady that bought the bus and then they went out of business, because I got into a bus company for a while back and we went out of business.
Kind of like the zoo you almost bought in Mexico.
The Sinaloan Zoo, man, 1,400, and almost. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it because there was a fire down there.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Today's episode is brought to you by Betterhelp. Betterhelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes I need help. And when I needed help one time, I called Betterhelp, and they gave it to me. Next thing you know, I'm on the FaceTime with a therapist. So this can be it for you. You tired of struggling? You crying in your car at work? You writing love letters to somebody, but you don't even have somebody. You might be struggling. You can start communicating in less than 24 hours. It's not a crisis line. It is professional counseling done securely online. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/Theo. That's BetterHelp, and join the over 500,000 people taking charge of their mental health. And a special offer for this past weekend listeners, get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/THEO. We all need some help. Look, who are we kidding? You don't have the skills you need. All right? I'm going to be point blank with you. If I said, hey, do you have the skills you need? You'd probably wouldn't even answer. You'd be ashamed. So that being said, so much of getting where you want in life is learning new skills. And there's no better place than Skillshare. Make 2020 the year where you get new skills or deepen your existing passions with Skillshare's online classes. Personally, I'm taking Simon Sinek's How to Share Ideas That Inspire Action. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meaning. They offer classes designed for real life. Classes in film and video, music and music production, productivity, and finance. Skills are waiting for you. Explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/Theo Von and get 2 free months of premium membership. That's 2 months free at Skillshare.com/Theo Von. Again, Skillshare.com/Theo Von. Thank you for supporting the podcast. But do you, like, at this point, it's like a lot of news is just for ratings, it seems like now. I mean, sometimes do you feel like you're going into a ball game and it's like, and it's not as much beliefs as much as it is like, let's see if we can start some shit. It's kind of like, who's the black gentleman on ESPN every morning that just starts shit?
Stephen A.
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. You're almost like the white Stephen A. Smith a little bit. Do you ever feel like that?
No. I think that a conversation needs to be started. But for what I do and people that are on, say, the channel, I think it's a little different. I don't speak the way they speak. I speak very commonly, plainly, like way people understand.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to the way you talk. That's why I am where I am, because I speak to people in the way that they like to be spoken to.
Yeah.
That's what Trump does too. Even though he's a billionaire from New York, he talks like they talk, and they like that.
Yeah.
So I don't fit the mold either. I mean, how many people on Fox News do you know that have, well, a lot of them have blonde hair, but have like a nose ring and talk the way I talk and do what I do? Not many.
Is that your only piercing, that one?
No, I have 2. I have belly button nose. Yeah.
You were hoping it was something else, weren't you, Nick? Nick's had some issues with sexual issues on
Do you have some
here,
piercings?
workplace, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't work here, so.
Good point. No, I don't. I've thought about it, though, but I just don't know what I would get.
Piercings or tattoos?
I would get a tattoo, I think.
You don't have any tattoos?
Falcons on my fucking back, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a tattoo of me beating the shit out of Chris D'Elia on my back. That'd be good. No, I don't have any. I've thought about it, though. Do you have one?
I have 2.
What are they?
I have one on my wrist. It's an 11, a semicolon, and I have my state flower and my state grass on the back of my neck.
Okay. And that's Montana?
South Dakota.
And do people get them confused a lot?
North Dakota and South Dakota. I've never had like people get it confused from Montana.
Yeah,
but,
that's crazy.
You know, that'd be the first. Yeah. We're all just somewhere up there where it's cold.
Yeah, people. I guess. Yeah, a lot of people just. It is interesting how since over time, since we've become more of like a. When you're in LA, you start to think this is the whole world. You know, you start to think that this is the whole country. You know, it just kind of happens. Do you notice that a little bit? You have to notice how the perspective is how. I feel like there's just 2 total different perspectives in the country now. Like some people live like in one world, and some people live in another world.
Some people live in the real world, and some people live in California.
Some people live in. Some people are more idealistic, and some people are more, it seems, practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not practical here. Gas at almost $4 a gallon doesn't sound practical to me.
Yeah.
A gas tax that we voted for ourselves, like we voted that in. We had a chance to repeal it, and we didn't.
Oh.
That doesn't really give me a lot of confidence in my fellow Californians here. Who doesn't vote to repeal a tax on themselves?
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Oh.
How did we get here? But you know, there's a lot of things.
It's expensive, man. I agree. It's expensive, but there's a lot of good stuff too.
Yeah, there's an ocean.
Yep.
And
There's the beach. There's a lot of different types of people. There's a lot of talented people.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't cross the 405, so
There's a lot of opportunity to do different things.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, California's
Now,
a
you
great
say
place.
something nice.
California's a great place. It's just being run into the ground. Like, you can't look around here and think things are going well here. Like, you found people to judge your talent competition in a park.
Yeah.
Right? And if you did that now, you'd have to do auditions to get the people from the park because there'd be so many. You'd audition to go to the talent show. You go out there right now and say, who wants to judge a talent competition?
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd find.
Yeah.
I don't know what you find. There's also a Twitter account I want you to follow. It's called Santa Monica Problems.
Yeah.
They document it.
Is it good?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of masturbating and stuff. They don't even blur that out. They're just like, this is what we have here.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen it.
Look, people say it's an unborn. If it's not born yet, it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any rights, right? What do they say?
I'm not sure. What did they say?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was looking up
masturbation?
Santa Monica problems.
Dude, I remember my dad. If we masturbated, he made us bury it in the yard. He's like, "That's God's. You have to bury that in the yard." He made us go bury the semen out in the yard.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Never heard that before.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it either. He was getting older though, so I think he might have been, a little kind of all over the place. So you had a thing when you worked at the Blaze, right?
Yeah.
And you had whenever you got laid off.
I got fired.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, try to put it nice. You don't like things put nice. You just like things put.
Because I didn't get laid off. I got fired, and then I had to sue. Like, it doesn't.
Right.
Things got a little messy there.
Were you shocked that because you had a point of view on abortion, right?
Yeah.
And were you shocked that were you shocked at how did they not want you to have that point of view?
Well, it was a conservative place, so I get it. But for me, I always try to clarify that comment. So here's the way I feel about it. I'm not pro-abortion. I don't believe the government should be in people's business. I believe in limited government. Like, I feel as conservatives, that's what we should stand up for. Don't take our guns. Don't say who we can and cannot marry. Don't get involved in abortion. That is not a government issue, and it doesn't do any good because the government is not going to prevent it. It's just going to make it more difficult for people and put people in danger. So that's where I stand on that, limited government. But no, they were just looking for a way to get me out the door.
Had things kind of spoiled already?
Well, I was pro-Trump, and my boss, who's a conservative, was anti-Trump. Glenn Beck was the biggest never-Trumper that there was. I mean, election night, we had to do like a live stream, and he was painting over in the corner to calm his nerves. And then at one point in the night,
what was
we
he
looked like
painting?
Trump.
Fruit
I don't
or
even
something?
know, like a landscape.
Oh,
You can go.
That's easy, bro. If you're gonna fucking paint something, paint something hard.
It was
dude.
weird. Well, Glenn's an odd character.
Right.
He
Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck, yeah. Glenn Beck thinks that he is Walt Disney. Not like I'm inspired by Walt Disney. Like, Glenn Beck thinks he's Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff I encountered.
Does he have children or not?
Yeah, he's got quite a few children, I think. Yeah, he's a later in life Mormon.
Okay.
It came to the religion, like wasn't born into it.
Okay. And he lives in Utah now?
No, he lives in Dallas.
Huh. And so you guys butted heads?
Well, he never really spoke to me up until he fired me, and then he was real chatty about firing me.
Oh, wow.
And
why do you think he really did fire you? Was there something behind that?
Well, when you're pro-Trump and then Trump wins and then you were anti-Trump, you kind of look like a jackass.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And you're running a conservative network, but you're against the Republican president who just won the presidency. It doesn't look good. So you got to get rid of the person in the building that kind of knew all this was going to happen. So this is a real convenient way to like cast me out.
And were you upset? Were you like nervous when that happened? You had to be scared. You're like, what am I going to do now? How am I going to
Well, I had a
work?
choice. I could sit back for 6 months and get a paycheck and just go completely dark and not do anything. And then they wanted to take over my Facebook page, which has got 4.6 million followers.
Right.
They wanted to just delete it. Like, you're not going to, that was mainly what the lawsuit was over. It's like, you're not going to delete my Facebook page.
Yeah.
What benefit would he have to delete my Facebook page other than just being a vindictive a-hole?
Right. And have you guys seen each other since it all went down?
No. Someday.
Yeah?
Someday there'll be a moment.
Do you have in your head like a vision of where you guys kind of like you show back up with your, it's almost like the Channel 4 news team, like on that movie with that Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he's like, oh, this is, like the two news teams going at each other. Do you have that kind of vision in your head, kind of?
No, I don't know if I'll ever see good old Glenn Beck again.
Is he handsome or not?
Not my type. Maybe
Right.
he's your type. Not my type.
Oh, no. I've never
No.
been with a man. I've never even thought about it longer than like maybe a second and a half, if I,
Yeah.
you know, and that was only because I don't know, something that pops in your head when you're jogging or something for like a brief second. You got to shake it off, you know. Interesting. Yeah. So anyway, my prom experience was shit. You know, it was really
Back
bad.
to that prom experience.
Was Tomi on court?
Huh?
Were you on court?
Would I go to court?
Were you on prom court?
Prom court? Oh, hell no.
Really?
No, I wasn't like that popular. No. I mean, I ran everything. I set up prom, but I wasn't.
Oh, were you on student
prom.
council then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Student council president,
Student council president.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl's usually kind of fucking aggravating, I feel like. Were you?
I don't know. Was it aggravating? I guess. I planned everybody's so lazy.
Yeah.
I planned
Oh, that's
everybody's
true. Somebody has
stuff.
to do it
like
all.
someone has to pay for your concession stand. Like someone has to go work that and
Right.
get the freaking hot dogs out of the boiler and give them to people.
Yeah,
that
because
was
otherwise
me.
you're just standing around. You're wishing you had some airheads and you don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody wants stuff to get done. It's just kind of like it is now. It's like nobody wants to do anything. They
Right.
just-
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, there really isn't a very strong, like, it feels like, yeah, there's not like a young, strong, right, like conservative voice. So you're like, oh, I have to do this. Is that kind of how you got into like being like being so like adamant?
You have to be, though. We have to combat some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I've always just been opinionated. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
But I just didn't understand why we, as conservatives, always apologize for everything that we believe. We're so scared of everybody. We don't want to say what we're thinking because we don't want to be labeled. We don't want to be called a name. Oh, if you think this, you're a racist. If you think that, you're intolerant. If you believe in border security, then you hate Mexicans. No. Let's just talk about what our ideas are. Let's shape the narrative. I'd rather be the one that does it than have the other side do it. So why are we not doing it? The left does it. You're not going to meet a liberal in California who's going to be embarrassed to say they're a liberal. But there's a lot of conservatives walking around here that won't say anything. That's
Really
conservative.
messed if you're conservative here, you have to meet up in basements at night. You have to
Right.
fucking meet up behind the Dairy Queen. You know, you can't even. Yeah, it seems like it's like. Yeah, but there's. Yeah, I guess it's just, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, like people, if they're conservative, they can't really have a voice here. You know?
No, not in LA. It's going to change, though. It's going to get so bad here that people are going to look at it and say, how do we get... I would think people would look at the state and say, well, who's running it?
Right.
Maybe he's not doing such a great job. Maybe it's time for a change.
I don't know. It seems like it almost seems like a lot of times the liberal world or whatever, it's like they'll go to the death being wrong or not wanting to concede any
Right. Right. Yeah. Eventually, though, the people are going to, I don't know. We got a voter fraud problem. We got an illegal immigrant problem. Who knows what's going to happen to this state? But the really rich people, even like the really compassionate, wealthy, rich liberals, they're not going to stay here and pay these taxes. They're
it's
going to live
crazy.
somewhere else for 5 months a year. They're going
The
to
tax
pay
is
this.
crazy.
They don't want to do this. Why would anybody want to do this? Even the liberals that are so compassionate, they don't want to give their money to the government. Come on.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of here. And then we're
Yeah.
not going to have much.
Right. Right. Because then who's going to pay for everything?
Not the homeless,
Yeah.
not the illegal immigrants. What's left here? We only are able to continue at this pace because we have the tech industry and because we have Hollywood. People aren't making movies here anymore either. Why do you think? They're not going to deal with all the regulations and how much it costs to make a movie in California anymore. They're going to Georgia.
Yeah.
Come on. Nobody's staying here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the taxes are definitely egregious. It's crazy. It makes you think like, yeah, how can I not go somewhere else? So what brought you to live here then?
I want to save it. I want to change it. I would think that could be done if people would wake up and see all the things that are just happening here.
That's what brought you to Los Angeles?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to be able to go somewhere where people don't think like you do. That's why I went to school in Vegas. I lived in Texas, which is very conservative, but still it's changing. And I've lived in San Diego and now here in LA. It's like you have to go where people don't think like you do.
So whenever you came to Los Angeles and people don't think like you do here.
You'd be surprised though. A lot of people come up to me. I'm a conservative.
Yeah,
I
they're
can't
low-key
tell anybody.
conservatives?
Oh yeah, like I can't tell anybody. Can't tell anybody. You can, but they're afraid. They'll lose their job. I have people that are prominent people in Hollywood, prominent producers,
Yeah.
directors, everything that are conservative.
Oh, people come up to me all the time. People always think like I'm like running the underground railroad of conservative, like I'm the fucking,
You think it's a mullet?
Yeah, maybe. It could be that. It could be just the fucking sheer amazingness of myself. But it's one of those two things, I think. But they'll be like, hey, where's the meeting at? And I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
I think it's a mullet, maybe.
It could be it. But yeah, people come sometimes and it's definitely scary to think that you could lose your job to express a political belief.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the kind of thing no one should ever have to feel that way. And that's the thing that makes me just scared sometimes about anywhere. Someone should never feel that way. I think you can always, figure it out and discuss it. I was nervous about even having you come on because I'm like, oh, well, this could be, it could be it could be, I don't know what I was really scared of, though. That's the thing. The fear is like an invisible fear.
Isn't that weird, though, that we stop doing things because we're worried about what other people are going to think about what we do?
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you this. So if I've had a lot of people on my shows or I've gone on other people's shows, and I don't worry about how conservatives are going to think of me. Right. I don't worry, like, if I go on with Trevor Noah on The Daily Show, I'm like, oh, boy, like, conservatives aren't going to like me anymore. We don't think that way.
Right.
But the other side is like, well, what if I even have so much as have this person on my podcast, or I talk to this person or have a commentary with this person, even if I agree with them or disagree with them the entire time, just like the thought of being in the same room, people are, oh, you can't do that. You'll offend people.
Yeah, it's just not a help. It's not, first of all, it's no way to even get forward in anything. It's no way to discuss. You can't have a discussion unless people are communicating.
But people don't want to have a discussion on that
people just
side.
Want to be right.
They don't like that. They don't like it when because when the truth comes in the door, the bullshit's got to go out the window. So they don't like that. And they might find that you might have more in common. Like people would be surprised. Like Van Jones and I are actually friends. Mm-hmm. So people would be shocked at that. Clearly not similar in any other way, but it's like we can have a conversation. Why not? Trevor Noah and I actually are pretty good friends.
Yeah.
I've had good time. I mean, I was with Chelsea Handler. We did a whole thing together.
Yeah.
And she was pretty cool to me. I think she's crazy, but she was pretty cool to me. So
yeah,
whatever. I was on The View. That's how I lost my job. Being on The View.
Do you feel like sometimes though that you there's one thing to like kind of share how you feel, right? And there's another thing to like bring the fucking
you got to bring the fire.
Thunder. Yeah.
You can't say it nicely. You don't walk into a room. Please. When shit gets bad here, when socialism comes knocking on the door, because it already is in California, when that stuff's starting to come, we've got presidential candidates that are talking about, you don't need a gun, we're going to come take your guns, we want bigger government, we want to take more of your tax dollars. When that's socialism. See what Venezuela's like right now. Like, it's not good.
Yeah, they're not doing well.
You can't like walk into a room and be like, guys, I don't think we should let them take our guns. No, you gotta be like, no, we're not gonna take our guns. We're gonna stand up for ourselves. We're gonna be patriotic. We're gonna stand for the fucking flag. We're gonna have American values. That's what we're gonna do. Can't tiptoe into a room and say that. You have to come because that's how they do it.
Right.
So why are we have to? People say that to me all the time. Well, do you think maybe you're like too aggressive? Liberals never apologize for it, so why should I have to apologize for it? I think that's such a load of bullshit. It's like, well, you're controversial. No, I'm conservative and you don't like it, so it's controversial to you. Right. Personally, I think socialism and trying to get rid of the Second Amendment and the taxes we pay in this state and letting felons out, I think that those things are controversial.
Yeah.
Those are a much bigger problem.
Well, yeah, a lot of that shit is scary shit. And it's a lot of stuff, that a lot of people, it's interesting how online people are one way and then the reality of who they are is different,
Well, yeah, people wouldn't, actually, I can't say people wouldn't say that to my face because you've both said it to my face plenty of times, but.
Look, it's a new year and it's a new you, probably not. Probably the same old you, but your goals can be new. And Capterra can help. It's the free website millions of people use monthly to find software for their business. Capterra simplifies the software search to just a few easy steps. Ooh. First, identify the software features you need. Then use the Smart Search tool and compare them side by side. Find your best choice at capterra.com/Theo. Say you have a cookie making company. And now you're at the point where you need to get bags and you need to get them delivered and you need to find a way to get all that done within the same software. Capterra is the place to search. Capterra is the free online resource millions use monthly to find the best software solution. With over 1 million reviews from real software users, discover everything you need to make an informed decision. Search more than 700 specific categories of software. Or what if you want to do real estate and it's in a rural area, you know, and you want to kind of be able to know what houses have sold for and what's on the market, and you don't even know where to start. What software is the best for you? Well, Capterra can help you find it. Visit capterra.com/Theo for free today to find the tools to make an informed software decision for your business. That's CAPTERRA.com/Theo. Capterra, software selection simplified. Who's probably the most handsome politician that you've seen besides that guy? I cannot believe you picked that guy.
Paul Ryan?
Yeah.
There's not a lot to choose from.
What about Bill Clinton?
No.
You think he's handsome?
No. He always looks like he has a permanent sunburn. And I know that Donald Trump has a spray tan, but Bill Clinton always looked like his face like he's got a sunburn.
Yeah, I could see that a little bit. I think he's getting some of that, like he's been drinking, but he shouldn't be drinking. Like the doctor told him not to drink anymore, and he's still drinking.
Yeah.
You know?
He went on a health kick, though, I think. Hillary put him on something.
It scares me whenever old people try to get real healthy, because it's like, oh, this could kill them. You know,
Yeah.
It's like risky.
If you've done it for that long,
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah, to stay, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, who else is attractive? There's not many.
Yeah.
If you do good-looking male politician, it's like Gavin Newsom and Justin Trudeau that come up.
Oh, Justin Trudeau. Did you
Oh,
see
that's
that
the guy that married his mother. Is that the guy?
No, but his eyebrows fell off. Have you ever seen that? You need to Google that, too. His eyebrows fell off
They
of his
did?
face. Yes.
Oh, damn.
You need to see. You need to see it.
Do you get worried sometimes for yourself? Like, do you get scared being like a conservative voice living in LA? Like, does it you actually get spooked?
Yeah, I've been to the police station a few times.
Really?
There's some real credible threats, but listen, I believe in the Second Amendment, so
Do you have a gun at home?
of course I do.
Yeah.
If someone's going to come into my house, they're going to know who I am, and they're not there to just give me their political opinion. Listen, it's not going to turn out well for me.
Did you write your name on the bullets or no?
No.
I could see you totally coming out with a line of bullets.
No, I don't think that would.
I think people would buy them.
We can collaborate on it if you want, but
I want to go down to the border. I know you invited me to go down there.
I think you need to go. I think the agents would really enjoy it. I was just down there, and Tito Ortiz came through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I served food with him one time at a homeless shelter down here.
Yeah. You should come to the border, though.
Yeah, I would go.
From the Black Hawk, you can see the need for the wall. We'll show you where there's no wall. We'll show you the wall that's being built. You can
Well,
see
it's just
that
so scary to get, like, these days it's so scary to get stuff through the news, because I feel like the news has become such a place for business as opposed to, and it probably always
And it is.
was.
That's why you got to go.
Right.
Like, when people talk about the border and they've never been to the border, when Democrats say, like, we don't need a wall, like, I haven't seen you down there. Like, if you're going to our Border Patrol agents who are saying, this is my job, and I think we need a wall because this would help us do our job better, because a physical barrier would be helpful for us. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer saying, nah, we don't need a wall. It's like you're directly contradicting the people that do that for a living. Would you go to a plumber? It's like, I think that's a problem. I think you need to fix it this way, and be like, no, you don't know what you're doing, man.
Right.
Pretty sure they do. That's our job.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's crazy to hire people to do something and then to not let them do it. You know, it's like there's just, there's so many, it's almost like there's too many checks and balances these days in some ways.
We need checks and balances, but it's just, you gotta, we had an opportunity. Listen, I don't let Republicans off the hook either. We sat there for 2 years with all that power. Where's the wall?
Yeah.
No.
Is there a wall right now or no?
Yeah, there's a wall being built. I've seen
There
it.
is?
I've seen it on multiple areas of the border. It's being built. We need more of it, but it's being built.
Huh. I wonder if there's gonna be a shit ton of graffiti on it.
Let them. But I think you should put Donald Trump's face right on the side of that wall. Just have him looking right at you. Come on over. Come try it. Come try it. That's what I put on. Put it on both sides. I don't care.
Wow.
Put Donald Trump on that. Put him on that wall. Put Nancy on that wall. You want people to stay away? Put Hillary on that wall.
Hilarious. Hillary and Donald are starting to look like each other. Look, Google right now. I mean,
Yeah, I've seen that meme.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Google Donald and Michael Moore right now. There's a picture of them they put up yesterday.
I don't think so. Michael Moore.
Just wait.
No, they don't.
There's a picture they put up yesterday, and I saw it, and they really look alike.
No, come
Getting
on.
close.
Come
Getting
on.
close.
No, Hillary looks more like Trump than
Hillary and Donald are starting to look similar.
They look more similar than Michael Moore. That's such an insult.
Are you excited for with the election looming again? Are you excited because like it's more of a vibrant time where like you're going to be able to get more like into things? Are you looking forward to that?
Like
or do you have
that
any
since
thoughts?
2016.
Right.
Things were boring before that, but
I agree.
things are exciting every single day with this president.
Yeah.
But it's going to be. I like the debates. Did you watch the Hillary Trump debates?
Yes.
See, those were great.
Yeah.
Whoever we get this time,
Oh, it's so
going to be
good.
even better. Biden right now, I would feel bad for him. Like, if,
Can you imagine? I just cannot believe. I just hope that everybody keeps getting older and it keeps getting weirder. I want to see a fucking swimsuit section of the debates. That's what I want to see. I want to see it get really, really weird. You know? No.
no, I think that's a no. Well, did you watch the debate where Trump, like, he's a troll king?
Yeah.
Where he had Bill's accusers in the front row of that debate.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, huh? That's it's so crazy how like do you think they really had beef though? Because it seemed like before that they're all running around the same world. Here, we got a question
Let me know if you can hear this from the headphones.
Okay.
Hey, Tommy, I just have one question. Do you ever see comedians? Do you go to comedy shows and listen to our boy Theo ever? Or other individuals?
So I need to go see one of your shows, but you have them in places that I'm scared to go to.
Really?
Yeah, I have to wear I have a Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez costume, an AOC costume. I have to wear that maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it would be bad because you're not going to perform unless you're going to perform in like Hermosa. That we got a comedy club in Hermosa.
They have a comedy club down there.
You got to come through.
I'll have to come
That's
through
my
down
safe
there.
space.
Yeah.
But you know what? Are you familiar with Ben Glebe?
Yeah.
So Ben used to be a really good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. I had Ben on. I vouched for him to come on Fox Nation and do our post-debate coverage a couple months ago. Vouched for him. He's obviously a Democrat. He's running for president.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So I vouched for him to come do this. We get to the end of the coverage. He freaks out, says, "This is bullshit," pulls his mic out and walks out the room. Like, dude, you're seriously? I vouched for you to come on here. He does that to me. And then he starts tweeting mean shit about me. I'm like, what'd I do to you? We were friends. Weird shit happens. Telling ya.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to get like
his moment.
moment,
He's
yeah.
trying to get a moment. Yeah.
hunting moments. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his
It's
moment.
so wild how it's become such a moment thing. You know, it's like that's one thing I liked about seeing Bernie on Rogan was, and I know that other politicians, I know that Yang was on there. I got to check some of them out. I haven't listened to all of them, but I felt like that's why I think Bernie would get the nomination because people for the first time got to hear him just talk, you know. It was like you almost got to know him a lot better. People say the same thing about Hillary on Howard Stern. That it was just the first time you got to hear her be like a regular person without a script. And it was actually kind of interesting. You know?
Yeah, no, I think they should all do that.
Yeah.
I think they should invite Trump on, let him talk too.
Yeah.
But he kind of does it on his own. He probably doesn't need the help.
Yeah, well, it's funny. It's like it's almost like sometimes I don't think senior citizens should be allowed on Twitter. I think there should be like a cutoff. I think it would just help them all, you know, like, but sometimes that's his only news sources or the only way that he can say
how can he
stuff.
get it out? You know, they're not going to cover it. They're not going to cover money or they're going to distort it. So thank God for Twitter and Facebook and all the places he can live stream his stuff because otherwise he wouldn't be president. He couldn't get his message out.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty.
When you're not politicking, what do you like to like? What is? I'm trying to just see who like. You know, I just wish you'd have had more fun at that prom. You know.
I travel a lot for work. I mean, I work a lot, but I enjoy what I do. So it's not all. I do a lot for law enforcement. Like I love law enforcement. I love military. I love our border patrol. So I do a lot with them.
Have you seen a new show called Flint Town?
No.
It's on Netflix. It's really good.
Okay.
It's just about like a police department in Flint.
Oh, okay.
So you get to like see Flint and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will watch that.
It's
Is
pretty
it
cool.
real social justice warrior-y though?
It's not too bad.
Okay, because I can about not handle that. I stopped watching the Kardashians when they started doing that. And
Did they?
any show they start doing that, I'm like, I can't even watch it anymore. Can't even.
Yeah,
do it.
definitely over the past couple of years, a lot of things ridiculously got kind of political. You know, it just like made some entertainment kind of dumb. You know, but that's why I think one thing like podcasting became bigger is because people can just talk. You know, they can just have a conversation. Let's get another question that came in. Here's a guy right here. Oh, did you ever see any other comedians? We didn't ask you. Do you have comedians that you like or watch?
I don't go because I'm scared. But I used to love Chelsea Chelsea Handler. I used to love, like, that was my favorite show, Chelsea Lately on E! I watched it every single night. My favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
And then it got weird.
Well, she just got real political.
Yeah, see? And then that what was that? That Netflix show was,
Yeah, that was horrible.
she wasn't funny anymore.
She lost being funny a while ago, I think.
Rip Chewy.
Yeah, and
He
R.I.P.
just died. Yeah,
Chewy
he just
died.
died. Yeah. That's sad. I watched that show all through high school.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a good show.
Let's get this question here.
Hey Tommy, hey Theo, John here from New Jersey, and big fan of both of yours. And I had a quick question for Tommy. I saw you went and saw Morgan Wallen a couple months ago on Instagram, and I wanted to see what your opinion was. Who's got the better mullet, Theo or Morgan? Thanks,
See,
guys.
I
So
told
crazy.
you. And he DM'd me too when he's like, I love Theo. I was like, you need to be on the podcast. And he said, well, he needs to invite me. I said, I'm going to hook it up. I'm going to pitch it.
There
I'm
he is.
gonna
Oh,
pitch it.
wow. Look at that beautiful cut, huh?
See? I'm telling you, he needs to be on.
And we have similar shoulders, too. Look at his shoulders, kind of. Very nice.
Yeah, that's his aesthetic.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, I'm going to go see him in Dallas next week.
You are?
Yeah, but you're going to Europe, so you're kind of out of
Morgan.
luck. But
Yeah.
yeah, Morgan.
I'm out of luck right now.
You need to.
Let me see a little bit. Yeah, we got to hear more about Morgan Wallen. Who has a better mullet, do you think? I don't really have a mullet. I have long hair.
You have a mullet. It's a mullet. It's like a definitive mullet.
Oh,
Yes, it
whatever.
is.
You guys don't know how
do
to
think,
live.
What do you think a mullet is?
I think a mullet is something that's really, really more like, look up mullet. Here we go. Like this. Here's a Filipino guy right here with one.
How is that different?
Or semi-Korean, this guy. But here's the thing. Is that a mullet?
Yeah. That's a mullet is anything that's shorter in the front and longer in the back.
Okay.
Like a big stair step.
The big thing is called the skullet, and that's when you have no hair in
Yeah.
the front and still have long hair in
What
the back.
about rat
There's
tails?
a skullet right
Whatever
there.
happened to rat tails?
My
Remember
brother-
that?
yeah, my
I
brother
know a
has
couple of
one.
kids in South Dakota that got a rat tail. I'm like, what is this?
My brother has one.
I don't know.
What'd you have your hair like when you were a kid?
I mean, nothing creative,
Yeah?
nothing weird.
Did you do pigtails? Did you do something? What'd
Yeah,
you do? Did you do
yeah.
barrettes?
Sure.
You did?
Yeah. There was just the normal kid stuff. You know,
Did
I
you
never
do a headband? You know it?
a headband. I had a headband.
Yeah?
I did the whole 90s thing.
Okay.
You know, the whole 90s situation.
Did you walk with your book bag on the front or the back?
What do you mean the front? I've never
Some people
seen-
put it on the front, you
So
know?
people don't steal their stuff? That
Yeah.
must be a California thing. We don't have to
Oh,
worry
damn.
about that in South Dakota. We were always on the back, man.
You
walking
always,
around like
you make everything political.
it is political. I don't.
It's so hard.
You get your ass kicked in South Dakota. You walk around with a backpack in the front. That's like people that carry like the babies in the front. Come on. I saw someone at LAX the other night. No shit. With a little backpack in the front. I'm like, what are you worried about, dude? Well, he's worried pickpockets. He's worried about your friend. What's his name?
Oh, Rich or Tony?
Richard Tony. Sneaking in
Tony
there.
died, I think. One
Digging
of them
there
died.
in the back. Well, we don't talk about him then. We don't.
No, it's
he's
fine.
Safe.
He's
the other
fine.
one, I mean, that's definitely an LA thing. That's because people do that so stuff doesn't get stolen.
Yeah.
You're not going to steal in South Dakota. I mean, not that people don't steal.
Right.
But there's not that many of us there, so you can pretty much figure it out.
Right, and there's a little bit more. Yeah, there's a little bit more. I think in places like that, there's a little bit more like rural justice kind of that happens. You know,
Right.
There's a little bit more like, okay, someone's not going to go do that because they know they're going to
People
suffer
are
a
armed.
consequence.
People are
Yeah.
armed. We just saw that in Texas. But like in California, you do something to somebody, we're going to stab you with their needle. But what is the average person going to do?
Yeah.
Give you like a good talking to,
Yeah,
you know,
nothing. Tweet about it.
glitter,
Yeah,
glitter bombs in your face or what?
Let's get one or two more questions before you leave.
You need to have Morgan on though. I mean,
I would
you
love
need
to have
do it.
Morgan on.
I'm telling him.
You gonna set it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna set it up.
I want Master P on.
I'll set that up too.
You will?
Yeah, I got any of the rappers, you know.
Who do you want?
Who was like my ultimate person that I
Yeah.
liked? Kaepernick.
Really?
100%. Yeah. It just needs to happen.
Yeah.
Have you
It'd
seen
be
my
interesting.
Have you seen my Kaepernick video?
I haven't seen it.
You have to watch it. 75 million views on that
Really?
sucker. Yeah.
Yeah, people were so heated about the Kaepernick thing.
You have to watch it sometime.
Do you think that he was that person, or do you
No,
think
100% not.
I'll let
100%.
you-
He was pissed. I'm going to tell you the story. I get fired up about this.
Okay.
He was pissed.
you get fired up about a lot? That's okay. That's good. It's
I
interesting,
have my
man.
moments.
Do you?
know,
You have
but
some.
if I
You
get-
have some chill moments.
I have some chill moments, but tell you what happened with the Kaepernick
Okay.
thing. He got put on the bench. Blaine Gabbert became the starter. So he was over in the corner pissy, and he thought, what can I do? What can I do? Oh, I know. I'll make this a social justice warrior moment for myself. And then I'll start kneeling and sitting on the... It's like you didn't do it when you were the starter. You did it when your ass was on the bench.
Yeah.
And now it's just a joke. It's just his workout and stuff.
Do you
Joke.
think what I heard was that he was dating a girl?
Yeah, who told him,
who
coached
really
him.
got into it? Yeah,
Like, hey, listen, now you're kneeling for oppression.
Yeah.
You weren't oppressed all these years. You weren't oppressed when you were making $19 million. You weren't oppressed, but now all of a sudden you're on the bench. They're probably not gonna. You're not gonna give you what you want. Not gonna renew your contract, and then you become oppressed.
yeah. What they do need, you do have to like, but some outrage stuff, it helps shine a light on things. I think sometimes it doesn't do a great job. I
But
think.
how is kneeling for the anthem? How does
Right.
that
I agree.
advance?
I don't know if that was the most. I think the bigger thing was just like, people need to look at how black people are treated in America. I think it would have just been better to have some organized way or just some other way of doing that. But I think it did its job. I just think that it wasn't organized really. I don't know but who knows if they had that plan from the beginning? Who knew that it would spawn such a thing, such a fervor of people like, that people need to think about the way that they look at and treat black people,
Yeah, but for the flag and saying that this country is a horrible country that oppresses people, like what are you trying to advance
Right.
there? You're also looking at a game where you have black people and white people playing together, black people and white people watching at home in the stands.
Nothing brings. Yeah, I'll go
it
to.
brings people together,
yeah.
and you wanted to use something to divide people, and especially an activity like sports that really brings people together. When we talked about how this country is less divided than people would have you believe, that's the kind of stuff that divides people. It's like not the place for it. If you want to go have a rally or you want to have your activism or whatever, you have to do it in the place where people are getting along and people are coming together over sports and the love of country. Like, that's just an American thing, and you want to make that about you and your little moment where you hate this country. No, I don't have no time for that.
Do you think that? Do you have like is there like an end goal to like? Because the discussion of conflict can just go on forever.
Right.
Like, do you feel like you have like an end, like a place where it's like, okay, now I'll be happy?
Well, I think Trump being elected just showed people that there's a lot of power in the forgotten American. So that was the first hurdle. But now it's not, I don't ever want to change someone's mind. That's not the goal of what I do, is to get rid of liberals and make everyone conservative. I don't think everyone should be conservative. I think there's a nice balance in this country of liberals and conservatives. That's how it's always been. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that the liberals started to silence conservatives. Conservatives got scared to stand up for their beliefs. And then pretty soon you're just being overrun. And those are the values. The loudest voice in the room is the one that makes the decisions. And that's not just in politics, but it's in corporate America. It's in everything. So you have that one person that says, now anybody who disagrees with me is a racist and a bigot. Then pretty soon people just stop saying something. Then we lose this country. And it descends into madness. So that's the result I want to get, is not agreement. It's just respecting other people's opinions. And for conservatives to just get a backbone, which we did in 2016, we're going to again in 2020. But it can't just live and die with Trump. You can't just have Trump. Eventually, he's going to be gone, and we're going to need somebody else that's going to be able to rile people up. But it shouldn't just be that one person. If you're a liberal, I don't care. I talk to liberals all the time. I have a lot of friends who are liberals, don't agree with me on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I have a lot of conservatives who don't agree with me on a lot of my beliefs. Mm-hmm. We can still talk, but until we get to that place, my job isn't done. So you just got to get pissed off about it. And they're not going to take my guns, tell you that.
I know. You said that. I know that you think that. I know that. No, they'll never take anybody's guns. I mean, there's just too many fucking guns. You could never get all the guns, dude. If you tried to get, even if you tried to go door to door and get 70 guns, it would take you probably a year.
Yeah.
2 years maybe to get 70 guns. You can never, and there's hundreds of millions of guns. Can you do any dance moves or not? Can you do any?
I can, I'm not going to do them right now.
No, I don't want you to do them right now. You can?
I like rap music, I tell you this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. There's a different...
Did you used to ever go to the club? Were you like...
Oh, I had yeah. I went to school in Vegas.
Did you ever date any black guys in Vegas or no?
No, because I dated that
baseball
baseball player, and then that was pretty
guy.
much... And then I dated a Mormon after that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
What does this guy have, Nick?
Hey Tommy, hey Theo, hope you guys are doing well. So my question is, from what I see on the internet, there's a lot of hate surrounded with Tommy's name and just in general, a lot of racist comments about her, a lot of just horrible things said about her. And I just wanted to know, how do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with all this negativity and continue to like put out content and be just a positive person? Thank you.
Okay,
Oh,
bro.
that was nice.
Yeah. Nice young man there.
Yeah.
Seemed like a nice man. He has a hand. You can see his hand in the video.
Yeah.
There's at least one hand.
I mean, responding to his question, I don't really care what people think about me. That I don't have respect for. Like, if they say nasty things, I just don't have respect for it. So why would I let that bother me? Like, if
Yeah.
I was gonna let everything that people called me and said about me bother me, I wouldn't do what I do and live in a hole.
Yeah.
That's just now when you bring it up, I got all these. The Game went after me. You know, the Game, the old rapper, the
Right,
Game.
but also
Yeah,
you're kind of an easy target, right?
I mean, I think it's an easy win for them.
Yeah, it's an easy win. It's an easy win.
But who really wins?
Right.
You know,
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody ever wins in a Twitter war.
No.
First of all, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, most of Twitter is fucking people I think who are not even working and
They're
just
definitely
yelling
not
about
working.
shit.
They're definitely not working.
It's absolutely become unbelievable how, yeah.
But people that's why I worry about the younger generation, because they get all their validation off of Instagram and the things that people say about them or don't say about them.
Right, so it's more what people think of how you are.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more about the idea than it is about the reality.
Yeah, people will go places, and I'm sure you see it all the time too. Like they're there just for the Instagram photo, or they're there just to say they were there, but
Yeah.
they're not really there, or they don't even really want to be there.
Yeah.
They're doing things to get likes and validation. If they don't get that, then they feel like they're less of a person. We're getting into a real bad spot with young people in social media. Like,
Well, just because it's so like at that point, you're just a victim of kind of whatever. As long as you're going to look a certain way, as long as everybody looks a certain way, it almost becomes like that Black Mirror episode where it was like as long as you behaved a certain way to people, then they liked you, and it reflected like an actual social score that you kept, and you had to keep
Right.
a certain level.
yeah, so people are not being themselves.
Right.
So that's another thing I want to inspire. I think you do that a lot too. That's why you have the fan base that you have, is you inspire people, just be yourself, whatever that is, just be that. And if they don't like it, do you really care? I mean, do I really care what these people say or think about me? No, it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah.
They don't, as long as if they're not paying my bills, it doesn't really affect me
Yeah.
what they think about me or what they say about me. It's like they're taking the time out of their day to say something nasty.
Yeah, that kind of stuff's ridiculous. Yeah, some of that shit's just fucking like, get a life. Like,
But don't
what
you
are
feel like you kind of
doing?
won when people say that? It's like sometimes I respond to people on my Instagram. They'll say like, you're this, or you're so irrelevant. It's like, you came on my page, you looked at my picture, and you went to comment. You took time out of your life to say something about me. Like, clearly I'm getting to you in some way.
Right.
So I win. I still won.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, yeah, some girl messaged me and she's like, "Oh, I can't communicate with you if these are the type of guests you're gonna have on, you know." And it just made me feel like, oh, that's so. I just felt bad for her, you know, kind of. It just felt like, I don't know. It's kind of scary how. I don't know. It's scary how like. It's so easy for us to just like what we like, and also just to get served only that by like algorithms and stuff. Now it's like you can stay in a world where you never know anything else exists. You know, like you can be a New England Patriots fan and you've clicked on a couple of things, a sweatshirt or something you're thinking about buying, and next thing you know, on your Facebook feed for the rest of your life is just, you think everything's about Julian Edelman. You know what I'm saying? Like the entire world, because that's what they're feeding you. You know, so it's really, I mean, it makes sense kind of how people are just really kind of one way or the other these days, or a lot of people are, because that's all they're getting fed, you know?
Well, people also feel more comfortable when they can put somebody in a box.
Yeah.
Same thing with me and coming out and saying what I did about being pro-choice. It's like, well, we thought you were conservative, and now you're saying something that doesn't fit the mold.
Right.
Get back in your box. That makes people really uncomfortable when you're just a free thinker and you just do what you want to do and you think the way you actually think. People don't like that. It's like, you got to be here, you got to be here.
Do you think like moving forward that we're headed towards having hopefully more political parties, having things be a little bit more diverse in that space? Like it's a little crazy to think with how how things aren't just one way or the other a lot of times, that there should be more options that are real options, you know?
But I think you have that with the individual. The thing that I worry about, people say we need more of a party system. Well, they have the same thing. They have that in Europe. It doesn't necessarily change things. It just makes elections more complicated. But people are so lazy now that they don't even research things as it is. Can you imagine if we actually had to take the time to research multiple parties with multiple candidates and try to make a majority? Like, no, people just need to. It's easy to say that people just need to be more active in what they're voting for and learning, and stop trying to please people. Just do what you think is right.
Yeah.
And I think less government. I don't think there's a person out there that thinks, I think government should be bigger and control more of what we do.
It's scary.
I don't think that, whether you agree with all the tenets of conservatism or Donald Trump, you don't have to. I don't. But I think we can agree that we know how to best spend our money better than the government, better than people in D.C.
Well, yeah, I mean, the government, look at even the national debt. I mean, the government hasn't done the best fucking job. That's why sometimes when they appeal to like poor people or something like, we're going to help you and stuff, it's like, you guys been saying this forever and it just, I don't know. I think it's interesting to see when people go against the norm, to try. That's one reason why I think Kanye is interesting, because he's just, I don't really know where his political views lie, really, but he's trying to buck the system. He might be a psychopath as well, but he's trying to be fucking as brave as you can be. The easiest thing to be is exactly what is most comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think we all need to get out of the box. Don't let anyone put you in the box.
We all need to be Tomi Lahren and move to Los Angeles.
This is a good one to end on.
There's one question to end on, and we're getting out of here.
What's up, guys? This is Alan calling in from New York. I got a question for you, Tommy. I know you got some strong viewpoints that get people pretty riled up. I was just wondering your thoughts on Baby Billy running through the house with the pickle in his mouth.
Oh, that's Righteous Gemstones. Have you seen that?
No.
What?
No, I didn't quite hear what he even said. What, can you
running
repeat?
Through the house with a pickle in his mouth, Baby Billy. Can you bring up a picture of Uncle Baby Billy? You haven't seen the Righteous Gemstones?
No.
Oh, you would love it. It's
I
really
like pickles,
good.
though.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Big pickle fan.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's a great food.
Really?
There's no calories in a pickle. Did you know that?
Yeah, man. Where would they put a calorie in there? If you
Just
open a
think about
pickle up,
that.
there's no place even for a calorie in it. That's Uncle Baby Billy right there.
Okay, he looks. I'm just not familiar with it.
He's one of a kind, dude. He's probably one of the top 600 or 700 men that's ever been alive.
I'll have to look into that.
Oh yeah, you would love this guy. He the show's called Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
It's really good.
All the people that sent me
Did you
videos,
play soccer growing up?
No, soccer's a communist sport.
Okay.
It is.
Well, it is one of those sports. Every time you hear about a sport where people got killed after the game because they lost, it's always soccer, bro. It's never something else.
It's just it's also like really fragile sport.
Yeah,
I think? Yeah, I think it's a very fragile sport. Don't you think?
Yeah, I feel like if you bump into the guy, they call a foul.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
Yeah.
man's sport. It just doesn't seem very manly to me.
Yeah.
At all. I've never been a fan of soccer. I think it's boring. Growing up, if you have to have a sport where there's not actual bleachers, you got to bring your own chair. There's already a problem. Think about it. You see those parents, especially in South Dakota, you see parents sitting out there in their freaking unfoldable chairs, like freezing, watching their kid. Like,
pretending like their kid's fucking good, dude.
And they're thinking of another soccer game.
Yeah.
No.
That's hilarious. Tomi Lahren, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully you don't get too much shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no idea. We have all kind of people in here, and you're welcome back.
We're going to go to the border.
Oh, yeah, it's true, huh?
And you're going to have Morgan Wallen on, too.
I haven't had Morgan Wallen on.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you're like the student council president. You're like, look, some of this shit.
Make it happen.
Yeah, we just have to do this shit.
Yeah, you're going to pay me a little bit. I'm a capitalist at the end of the day.
Oh,
I'm going to
damn,
have a cut of the rev share deal here.
Okay.
But I'll bring you a lot of good people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
like
send
some
them. I'll
of
be the
this.
middleman. I'll be the pimp.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this. Do you think that women should be allowed to be able to sell themselves sexually if they want to? We don't have to talk about that.
No, I don't know. I mean, I went
Take
to...
it out. We're good where we were.
Oh,
You said
I love
Yeah.
pimp.
I said, Pim, we can end it on that. I mean, I went to school in Vegas, so that's everywhere. But
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's popular in Vegas.
but yeah,
huh?
then they get trafficked. Like people aren't actually wanting.
People aren't
to,
actually
yeah,
trafficked that
yeah.
much. There's so much less trafficking going on than they really say. It's not bumper to bumper with fucking hookers, you know? It's like occasionally there's a hooker, you know, and some are being kind of mismanaged. I think there's definitely a middle, like kind of a, and then sometimes I think every now and then, though, somebody's being taken advantage of.
Traffic, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just make them work.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just a lazy hooker.
No. Like work traffic, not sex trafficking, but just they traffic people to work on farms and be like slave
yeah.
labor.
Oh, yeah, there is
They get-
more. There's a little bit of slavery going on.
A little, yeah.
But I wonder where it's at. I wonder what states still have a little bit of slavery in them.
Well, the people are getting trafficked to work here, to work in agriculture.
Yeah.
Like avocados.
There's a lot of
making,
avocado slaves,
like,
basically. Yeah.
Almond milk.
Oh, dude. Squeezing the fucking almonds. It's got to stop, man. Tomi Lahren, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine.